Most notable in the history of the sec-gen population, and in particular the Morrowind, was the arrival of the Pony Emperor. Good King Ash, the first king of Nykos, chose instead to create a document that would preserve human advancement and control its overreaches by instituting a emperor of non-human stock. And at the time, the area of Neo Moria did not only accept it, but did choose the particular Pony Emperor, and by maintaining its bloodline over the iterations, had by the time of the by the time of the sixth iteration, had eighth iteration. By the time of the eighth iteration, gotta get my story straight, had bred the line to the specifics of a horse breed that was intellectual beyond any other. It could calculate, it could communicate through stamps and snorts and the like. And one of the final prophecies from the second iteration that promised a new Genesis or a new creation focused on this particular Pony Emperor, and in his lifespan, they finally breached the barrier and completed the transition to create the sec-gen. Now, ironically, despite the intellect of the Pony Emperor, they did not actually utilize the process on the equine. So, horses are one of the few beings on Nykos of an animal nature that don't have a sec-gen analog. And that is because the prophecy warned that the world would change when the Pony Emperor found his voice. And in the descendancy of that Pony Emperor, whose name was, I believe, Bucephalus, named after a famous horse, the years of Terran occupation, this Pony Emperor, his daughter, his sired female, was Ivy, and in her lifespan, she suddenly was able to talk and speak and carry on information. And it was discovered that the horses had a mystery tied to the area of the old country that had been where Neo Moria had risen, called Moria. And in that city of Moria, the horses had at one point been altered. And I'm not going any farther than that. But the point is that Ivy, finally, when she spoke, she proclaimed the city a safe haven for all second Genesis beings, and in particular of the Morrowind, as it appears that Ivy had a memory that had been passed down from horse to horse throughout the period, suggesting that they were aware of Morrow's work 3 generations before it ever happened, three iterations before it even happened. And so this Empress, the last Pony Emperor, liberated the city, converted it to a trade center and a mecca for the sec-gen, and was perhaps the most instrumental non-sentient being to ever arrive at sentience on Nykos.